free carried interest. And free carried interest, I'd like to explain it, ladies and gentlemen. Indulge me to explain. We've had a lot of discussions in Ghana, legitimate discussions, about how our mineral resources have not benefited us as a country. And we are very quick to point out Johannesburg, to point out Perth, to point out Canada, to point out other jurisdictions, and to say that their mineral resources have developed those countries. But when you go to Takwa, go to Wase, go to Tia, go to Kibali, and the rest, these are still underdeveloped or not developed at all towns in our country. I want to submit, and I've said this many times, both internationally and in country, that the reason why that is so is because in those countries there is what we call indigenous participation. So when you go to China, Cardinal Namdini, which is a subsidiary of Shandong Gold, Shandong Gold being the biggest gold company in China. Shandong Gold is listed on the Shanghai Stock Exchange. So Chinese people can take shares and own shares and deal with the shares. And when the prices go up, they can sell and make millions of dollars and make prosperity and be happy. When you go to South Africa, South African mining companies are listed on their stock exchanges. So South Africans can take shares in the companies and dividends out of the profits of the company. So when the price of gold go up, they move to the bank smiling. Of course, in Africa, there's also the issue of apartheid mining. As to who are the people who own the shares, whether it's the white or that's another matter altogether. When you go to Australia, it's the same thing. So what we have not done in Ghana is indigenous participation in our mining industry. I have heard people legitimately and rightly get concerned that this transaction, this lease, is it the same as the colonial style of mining? My friends, with the greatest of respect and in all humility and modesty, I say a big no. This is fundamentally different from the colonial architecture for mining. And it is different because of two reasons, two fundamental reasons. One is that we have made provisions for indigenous participation in this mining enterprise. We've made provision for indigenous participation. And it's never been the case before. Goldfields is not required to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Newmont is not required to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Anglo Gold is not required to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. I'm still working with the Minerals Commission and other stakeholders to find a mechanism of course, the Minerals Commission, the Chamber of Mines, and other stakeholders to find a mechanism to have these companies list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now, they list on other stock exchanges, London Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange. And New Yorkers get the opportunity to buy shares in this company. Londoners get the opportunity to buy shares in this company. So when they make huge profits, those profits don't trickle down to you and I. The profits are enjoyed by their shareholders in New York, in London, in Australia, in Canada, and in other parts of the country. This is the first time that by law we have made provision mandatorily to insist that this company will have to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Not only do they have to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange, they are required to have a minimum of 30% Ghanaian participation. We already have 19% Ghanaian participation. So we have 11 more to go. And it could be more. If a lot more Ghanaians have the funding and they have the strength, the financial strength to be able to buy shares, it will go as far as 70%. So this provision, this arrangement, to my mind, this arrangement is the number one factor or term or provision of this lease, which jettisons the colonial term of mining and which departs fundamentally from this colonial architecture of mining. Indigenization, indigenous participation. Then the second one is value addition. Because in the past, what we have had is the export of raw minerals. That's what has been the case from 1957 or from 1900, Governor Augustenberg's time, all the way to now. They mine the mineral and they export it in its raw state. That's what has been the case. This is the first time we have signed a mining lease and put in mandatory clauses which says that they will have to retain a significant proportion of the value chain in country by establishing a chemical plant and a refinery here in Ghana. It's never happened before. So these are the two fundamental provisions in the lease, which for me should give all of us comfort that this is fundamentally different and absolutely different from the mining leases we signed in the past.
So you heard the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Jinapo, justifying the mining lease agreement government has signed with Barari in respect of the mines at the Infantiman district, Uya mines. Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We'll take a short break. When we return, Citi Business News will be up next. Don't worry.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by GCB Bank PLC. GCB Personal Loan, make that big move and dream a reality. My name is Inosafo. Let's settle for the details. Consumers of petroleum products will have a reason to rejoice when visiting various fuel station outlets this festive season. This is because the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers is anticipating a slight decrease in the prices of petroleum products during the second pricing window of December. Paul Eric Ofuri, the head of research and training at COPEC, shared with Citi Business News that this expected reduction is as a result of the decline in crude prices on the international market.
Between the first pricing window of December and now, the cedi has witnessed some depreciation of about 0.51%. And so we are hovering around 12.2, 12.5 cedis to the dollar. That, unfortunately, is what is resulting in the 2.7 that we hope to see prices drop at the pumps. If our cedi was doing something better like it did last year, we should have seen a better drop at the pumps than we are going to see come tomorrow and then Sunday. At the pumps, we are going to see petrol around 11.62. That is 11 cedis 62 pesos per liter. And then the diesel we are projecting 12 cedis 15 pesos on the average per liter at the pumps tomorrow. Unfortunately, we have also seen the LPG prices seen an upward adjustment. And so we will be seeing some 12.92 cedis per kilogram when we go to the filling stations or any of the pickup points.
Paul Eric Ofuri further urged the government to consider abolishing some taxes on petroleum products as a move to provide further relief to consumers, especially as there is a projected increase in LPG prices.
On the other hand, where we have, if you like, a responsive, government that wants to see its people, flourish, get some form of respite at the pumps, then some form of quote-unquote nuisance taxes and levies on the price bill that could be, withdrawn or removed just to ease up the burden on the consumer. Unfortunately, we've been trumpeting this for, if you like, years without success. We just want to keep appealing to government to see the special petroleum tax, reviewed, to see the sanitation levy reviewed, to see some of those, even energy debt recovery levy, all of these levies that, the ordinary consumer is made to pay. Some of these levies ought to be reviewed. And when they do, we believe that significantly we will see the prices at the pumps, go down so that the consumer can have some form of relief when they go to fill their tanks at the pump.
Paul Eric Ofori is the head of research and training at the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers. Away from that, economist Professor John Gachi is urging the government to adopt more ambitious and prudent fiscal consolidation measures to address the country's economic challenges and place public debt on a sustainable path. The government initiated a domestic debt exchange program on December 5th, 2022, as part of efforts to restore debt sustainability and macroeconomic stability. Professor Gachi, in an interview with Citi News, says the government must implement wise measures to restructure the economy and prevent a return to reliance on the International Monetary Fund for support.
I think the whole financial system is distorted. Bank of Ghana has been weakened by the DDEP. The entire financial system has been mutilated. And I think the only way is to restructure the economy in such a way that we are able to depend heavily on our revenue. We should limit the corruption, procurement-related corruptions, and other form of corruption going on. We should limit that and then come back to proper prudent financial management. That is what the government ought to do. Unfortunately, nothing has changed, and we are just doing the old thing. It's not about stringent measures. Put them proper, prudent measures. Okay. It's not about being stringent. If the policies are prudent, if the expenditure is prudent, we will get benefit out of it. If the tax collection effort is prudent and the use of tax collected is also prudent, the economy will be the gainer. But where we have massive corruption going on and the imprudent expenditure taking place, then we are not balanced.
Professor John Gachi is an economist. Small and medium enterprise players are being encouraged to build network of partnerships that will accelerate the growth of the industry and propel their businesses. This is according to the team lead for Compete Ghana, Nicholas Gebara, is imperative for economic resilience. He made the statement during the launch of the 3-day GEPA Wacomp trade show.
It is through collaborative initiatives like these that SMEs can fortify their positions in the global market. As we navigate through these challenging times, let us remain united in our pursuit of economic excellence. The success of this trade show reflects what we achieve and what we can achieve when we come together with a shared vision and purpose.
That was the team lead for Compete Ghana, Nicholas Gebara. Away from that, real estate company Deftraco Plus is set to build luxurious residential apartments dubbed The Address, with the aim of providing prospective customers with unparalleled comfort and convenience. According to Deftraco Plus, the apartments, which will be strategically constructed at Roman Ridge and across, seeks to offer easy access to top city attractions, business hubs, and entertainment facilities in the vicinity. The chief executive officer of Deftraco Group, John Ensua, details the components of the residential apartment to the media during the launch.
The address is a 3-tower building where it has the sort of what I'll call the short let, where investors are investing more or less like the Airbnb sort of structure. And then we do have the second tower, which is the family oriented tower, which is more of the studio, 1-bedroom, 3-bedroom, so forth. And then we have the hospitality side as the third tower, which is around the hotel apartments, similar to what we built with the Pelican Hotel in Cantonment. So the address has a lot of amenities, which is not necessarily one that is common in Ghana. First of all, we have a walking track, which is not necessarily something you see in Ghana, right? Where you live in a community where you can walk around and be safe about it.
John Ensua is the Chief Executive Officer for Deftraco Group. That's all for City Business News on Eyewitness News. The business news on Eyewitness News brought to you by GCB Bank PLC. GCB Personal Loan, make that big move and dream a reality. My name is Eno Safo. Up next is Point Blank.
Hello, Linda. You won't believe what I am planning next. I want to start my postgraduate degree, buy a car, and build my dream home. But you know what's stopping me?
What's that, Mike?
Money, oh. That'll be my biggest wahala.
Oh, you are sorted, Cry. With a GCB Big Move personal loan promo, you can borrow up to a whopping 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours.
Like, seriously? How do I qualify?
Yes, it's available to all GCB salary account holders. Plus, you get a 2-month grace period before you start to pay back.
Susket, I'm opening an account with GCB now.
Get a personal loan of up to 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours. Call 0800-422-422 or visit your nearest GCB branch today to fund your next big move as we celebrate 70 years of greatness. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
It is your time to vote for your assembly members and unit committee members. So get involved and vote. It's a civic duty required of you as a Ghanaian. So get involved and vote.
A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
It is your time to vote for your assembly members and unit committee members. So get involved and vote.
A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Papa! Bobo, so how's your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Charlie, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that? Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry, Chairman Mane. Chairman. Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Three minutes to the top of the hour. This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. My name is Salom Adunu. Tonight on Point Blank, we visit the subject of the District Assembly elections, which comes up on Tuesday, 19th of December 2024. Citi FM is located in the Odorna Sahara electoral area. The assemblyman for the area Hendrik Noble Kina, who is running again, is my guest. Hello, Hendrik. Welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you very much.
For you, this is your home. Anytime there's an issue in the area, we are the first person we call. So, how has it been? I mean, how has